Hey, I love
Amy Grant, baby, I'm the lucky one. Well, good morning, 8:58, your VOCM World Atomic Time. And as we've been telling you right along, every week we have all kinds of fun with the Academy Awards contest. Whenever you visit the Empire Theater, you fill out a ballot, and you enter your favorite choice for the what you think will win Best Picture of the Year. And if we draw your name on a daily basis, you win yourself a double movie pass. And, of course, if you're our grand prize winner, 2 free movies a month for a year, and that's not bad. And you get 1 for Avalon Mall Cinema, 1 for Topsail Cinema 2, total of 24 movies, good times. Today's winner is none other than Jerry Oxford of the city. Jerry, congratulations and good luck to you. You got yourself a daily pass, today pass to win a double trip to any Empire Theater movie of your choice. Thanks for playing our Avalon Mall, our Sobey Square, the Empire Theater's Academy Awards contest. Don't forget, whenever you visit the theater, fill out your entry form and join the winners right here with Empire Theaters on VOCM. Jane, at Final Traffic Watch of the morning, how's it shaping up?
Well, still got the dense fog in areas, but nice to see a lot of motorists out with their headlights on this morning. You want to leave them out throughout the day as you'll make yourself more visible to other motorists. At the St. John's Airport, of course, the dense fog causing several delays and cancellations. So if you are outbound or expecting company, make sure you give a quick call before you head up to the airport. In the meantime, roads are mainly clear and dry for the most part, but we are still getting that dense fog in areas, so use care, caution, and control. On the Cantel Cellular Network in the VOCM Chevy Blazer, I'm Jane Haynes. Drive safely, arrive alive. VOCM cares.
VOCM and CNN, a winning team with everything from crisis coverage to celebrity status.
VOCM, Newfoundland's authoritative news voice.
VOCM, award-winning news.
At 9, we are looking at a lot of fog. It is 0 holding steady. This VOCM News for the Village Shopping Center. If you're born to shop, you belong at the Village. Good morning. I'm Vince Gallant. In the news, police are asking for your help in locating a couple of missing teenagers. 13-year-old Jessica Hammond is 5'2", weighs 117 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. 13-year-old Dana Gruchy is 5'2", weighs 115 pounds, blonde hair and a ponytail. Both girls are students at St. Peter's in Mount Pearl. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Jessica Hammond or Dana Gruchy, please contact police. The Esti sailed out of St. John's Harbor last night as the tempers cooled somewhat in the fish dispute between Spain and Canada. Spanish trawler got the green light to leave after its owners posted a $500,000 bond. Other Spanish trawlers are said to have left the disputed fishing grounds on the Grand Banks just outside the 200 nautical mile limit. The breakthrough in the Canada-Europe turbot flight came when the owner of the Esti posted bond for the ship. In Ottawa, Fisheries Minister Brian Tobin says there's no telling what finally persuaded the owner of the Esti to relent. The Esti sailed out of St. John's, of course, last night. Its captured nets are arriving this morning for forensic tests. The Wells administration will outline its plans for the coming year today. Lieutenant Governor Fred Russell will read the traditional speech from the throne this afternoon to open a new session of the House of Assembly. Finance Minister Winston Baker says the budget and accompanying legislation are expected to be the highlights of the session. It will be brought down next Thursday, and Baker says education reforms expected to play a major role.
We still have the major issue of educational reform facing us, and hopefully we'll be able to come to some satisfactory solution to that in the next couple of months.
The former chairman of Newfoundland Hydro is calling on government to nationalize Newfoundland Power. Cyril Avery says under changes in the recent federal budget, Ottawa will keep all the corporate taxes from private utility companies. Says the time has come to merge Newfoundland Hydro and Newfoundland Power as a crown corporation. VOCM Nightline with George McLaren. Avery says not only would we save about $12 million in corporate income tax, but all the dividends would come back to the province instead of to foreign shareholders.
Because of the change in the PUITA,
80 or 90% of the shareholders live outside Newfoundland.
Yeah.
So all the dividends now flow out of Newfoundland. Whereas, of course, if it was all owned here in the province, not only would we save the corporate income tax, but all the dividends, in fact, would either come to the government of Newfoundland to be spent on our hospitals or our schools, or go back to the consumer in lower electricity rates.
Still a possibility Marystown Shipyard could land more Hibernia work. Hibernia President Ken Hull was in Marystown yesterday for meetings with the Town Council and the Chamber of Commerce. While there, he toured both the yard and the steel fabrication facility at Cowhead.
Both are, good facilities. I was particularly impressed with the Cowhead facility. That's the first time I've toured any of the facilities here at Marystown, and I was quite impressed with everything I saw. I'm pleased with the progress on the supply boats and the performance of the people in those yards and the quality of the work. That's going very well, and I'm really pleased to see that what's happening out there.
The Hibernia president says while there are still some small work packages available, Marystown Shipyard will have to go through a rigorous process to get them. And the male mannequin in a Twin Falls, Idaho store window looked all too real, particularly from the waist down. Police say they arrested Lonnie Davidson after he posed in a carpet store window for several minutes. Authorities say Davidson was wearing only a long-sleeved flannel shirt and was cited for obscene public conduct. We're looking at fog. We'll have details after this.
Sure, it's Leonard the Leprechaun to tell you all about the St. Patrick's Day celebrations this week at the village. Come on in and enter the pot of gold contest. Sure, you could win gold and emerald jewelry worth $1,100 from the Gold Factory. Get your entry form at any village store and drop it off at customer service. But wait, there's more.
This Saturday at 1 p.m. in Center Court, there's an Irish Newfoundland concert with the band Sweet Absalom featuring Jim Payne, Fergus O'Byrne, Christina Smith, and Gene Hewson. Joining them is a group of traditional dancers. It's guaranteed to be a rip-roaring, toe-tapping time, so don't miss out on the St. Patrick's Day celebrations going on now at the village.
Now another VOCM President's Choice Dominion sports update. Montreal Canadiens, their biggest offensive output of the NHL season, in an 8-5 win over the league-leading Pittsburgh Penguins. Toronto opened a West Coast road trip with a 2-1 win at San Jose. Guy Hebert stopped 36 shots as Anaheim blanked Calgary 5-0. And John LeClair got the winner as Philadelphia edged the New York Rangers 4-3. Now this roads update for Day and Ross. Port aux Basques through to Gander, snow-covered, some slush and slippery sections, but Gander to St. John's wet, and there's some very heavy fog patches, so please be careful. Now the VOCM satellite weather. Cloudy today and tomorrow. Fog and occasional freezing drizzle in the morning and overnight. Light to moderate northeasterlies throughout. Highs both days near 0. The overnight lows -2. Now the rest of your VOCM 5-day forecast. Saturday and Sunday mostly cloudy. Monday mostly sunny. Currently in the big number 1 in VOCM Valley, it is 0 with very heavy fog. This news for the Village Shopping Center. So go ahead and share the experience. You belong at the Village. VOCM News pays for the best news tip of the day and $1,000 for the best news tip of the year. Next news in the half hour at 9:30. For VOCM News, I'm Vince Gallant.
You're a part of the wide world of VOCM.
VOCM presents Newfoundland's first and only Open Line. Now, your VOCM Open Line host, Bill Rowe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday morning edition of VOCM Open Line. Now, I have with me this morning, we're taking a break away from...